Patriots fans gather around because there's a lot happening in Foxborough, and the energy around this team has been growing every single week. The vibe is different, the confidence is real, and the conversation coming out of New England is starting to make noise across the league. And honestly, it is not hard to understand why. This team has been grinding through injuries, adapting on the fly, and still finding ways to show up strong in crucial moments. Every time people start doubting, the Patriots respond with a performance that reminds everyone why they remain one of the toughest teams to prepare for. So today, we are diving into everything that is shifting the momentum, especially with the possibility of getting two important offensive players back on the field. The buzz right now is all about Keyshawn Bout and Ramondre Stevenson potentially returning, and that alone has fans excited. But even before looking into their situations, the truth is that New England has survived without them, and, in many moments, looks surprisingly comfortable doing so. The stat sheet from the past few matchups tells you a lot about how far this group has come. Against Atlanta, Tampa Bay, and New York, the coaching staff has leaned heavily on TreVeyon Henderson, and he has answered the call in a way that nobody outside the locker room expected. He has been the engine of the ground game, taking on a workload that usually requires a two-man system and still pushing through defenses with the kind of patience and power that keeps drives alive. Of course, having Stevenson back would elevate everything. A 1-2 punch between him and Henderson adds layers that this offense has not been able to tap into yet. That combination of speed, physicality, and fresh legs in rotation can make defensive lines miserable over the course of 4 quarters. But even with Stevenson sidelined, the Patriots have built a running identity that is becoming more polished. What stands out is how disciplined the approach has been. They're not forcing Drake made a run if the situation does not truly call for it. They want him healthy, they want him protected, and they want him picking his moments wisely. And when postseason football arrives, when the environment gets colder and the lights get brighter, that mobility is going to be an extra weapon that defenses cannot ignore. The encouraging part is that the passing game has stepped up at the same time. Demario Douglas continues to evolve, playing with more confidence and cleaner execution every week. Mac Hollins has also been a huge surprise, stepping into a larger role and delivering when the team needs a strong possession receiver. His production during the absence of Bout has been crucial, especially in moments when defenses are keying in on Stephon Diggs. Diggs still finds ways to create separation and make plays, but having another reliable option like Hollins keeps the offense from becoming predictable. This growth from the receiving unit proves that New England has more depth than people gave them credit for earlier in the season. Now, when you look at the upcoming matchup, the timing could not be better. Cincinnati is limping into this game with a defense ranked at or near the very bottom in several major categories. Their run defense has struggled all year, and teams have pushed through them with ease. They are giving up huge chunks of yardage in the air as well, which opens the door for Drake May to attack multiple levels of the field. Whether Stevenson and Bout return this week or not, the matchup favors New England heavily. The Bengals are dealing with frustrations on the field, communication issues, and breakdowns that you simply cannot afford at this stage of the season. Even without reinforcements, the Patriots have proven they can keep winning. TreVeyon Henderson's ability to step into a primary role changed the trajectory of the offense completely. His runs have created rhythm, taken pressure off May, and opened up opportunities for play action. That balance is exactly what New England was missing early in the year. And combining that with the way Hollins has emerged as a consistent threat downfield makes the offense feel much more complete. If Stevenson and Bout return, it is a boost. If they do not, the Patriots still have enough firepower to control this game from start to finish. And it is not just about the names on the field. It is the mentality. The locker room has embraced the idea that whoever is available must step up. Last season, critics said the receiving core lacked top-tier talent. This season, those same critics are starting to walk that back as they watch players develop in real time. The narrative about needing another running back also changed quickly the moment Henderson started breaking through defenses and refusing to go down on first contact. Suddenly, that position does not look like a weakness. It looks like a strength. Even players dealing with injuries earlier in the season have had moments to shine, like Tyquan Thornton grabbing a touchdown when given the opportunity, or Ernest Johnson flashing glimpses of what he can bring, even if the consistency has not fully clicked yet. The pieces are fitting together better than most people expected, and the record speaks for itself. Sitting at 9 wins and only 2 losses, the Patriots have earned the right to be considered among the top contenders, regardless of who tries to discredit their opponent's strength. The questions now revolve around momentum, availability, and how aggressive the coaching staff wants to be heading into December football. The potential return of Stevenson and Bout creates excitement because it gives the Patriots optionality, and optionality wins games in the later part of the season. Defenses cannot focus on one player. They cannot key in on a single tendency. Everything becomes harder to predict when your offense can beat teams in multiple ways. And that is exactly the direction New England is moving toward. As the noise around the league gets louder, the conversation shifts into something the Patriots have not heard in a while: respect mixed with suspicion. That combination usually signals that a team is doing something right, even if people are not ready to admit it openly. The power rankings are proof of that shift. Every week, New England climbs another spot or forces analysts to revisit their early season predictions. It is almost like the national media expected the Patriots to collapse after a few setbacks. Yet every time the team hits a bump, they correct course and deliver a performance that keeps them firmly in the conversation. Some outlets have pushed them near the top, while others hold back, pointing to what they call an easy schedule. But anyone watching these games closely knows that football does not work like that. In this league, nothing is guaranteed, and every team has talent capable of flipping a matchup in one play. The thing about the so-called easy schedule narrative is that it ignores the growth this roster has shown. It ignores the fact that the Patriots have beaten playoff-caliber teams on the road, handled adversity, and remained consistent in their identity. The way they took down Buffalo speaks volumes. The way they walked into Tampa Bay and controlled the pace from start to finish shows maturity. Even games where the offense had slow stretches turned into wins because the team kept fighting, made adjustments, and leaned on multiple strengths instead of relying on just one player. That is the difference between a group trying to figure itself out and a group that knows exactly who it is. And that identity is slowly becoming one of physicality, discipline, and timely execution. You can feel it in the way Drake May handles the huddle now compared to the beginning of the season. He is calmer, more decisive, and seeing the field with more confidence. He is not forcing unnecessary runs. He is not panicking under pressure, and he is trusting the system around him. His chemistry with the receivers continues to grow, and every week brings a new example of him spreading the ball around rather than locking onto one target. That distribution keeps defenses guessing, and it is a big reason why the offense feels more unpredictable now. Defensively, the Patriots have developed a knack for making crucial stops at the right time. They may bend occasionally, but they rarely break. They tackle well, they swarm to the ball, and they refuse to give up explosive plays without a fight. In the modern era of high-powered offenses, that is an underrated strength. And when the offense controls the tempo, the defense stays fresh, which only amplifies the pressure they can apply in the fourth quarter. This balance between both units is what championship-caliber teams rely on, and New England is showing signs of that kind of structure. Another part of the story that deserves attention is how the coaching staff has handled the injuries and roster changes. They have not panicked or rushed players back before they are ready. Instead, they have trusted the depth and developed new contributors in real time. That approach is why someone like Hollins can step up suddenly and deliver meaningful production. It is why Henderson looks so comfortable taking on a larger role. It is why the receivers, who were doubted heavily last season, now look sharper and more efficient. Development is one of the toughest things to measure during a season, yet it is one of the biggest reasons this team has sustained its success. Even when things looked messy, like in those games where the rhythm was off or the playbook had to be adjusted mid-drive, the players did not shy away from the moment. They maintained their composure and found solutions. That mental toughness will matter even more as the pressure increases. December and January football do not reward talent alone. They reward resilience, attention to detail, and teams that can adapt on the fly. The Patriots have already shown that they are capable of doing exactly that, which is why their 9 wins are no accident. The developing story around Stevenson and Bout returning only adds more intrigue. Fans wonder if their presence could push the offense to yet another level. The truth is that Stevenson brings a downhill style that wears defenses out, something that becomes priceless late in the season. Bout, when healthy, offers yards after catch ability that opens up short and intermediate routes for easier gains. Adding both back into a system that is already starting to click makes this offense harder to predict. But even if the coaching staff chooses to rest them longer, the team has earned the benefit of the doubt with how they have handled recent challenges. When you watch the players interact on the sideline, something else becomes clear. The chemistry is real this season. There is energy, trust, and a sense of accountability that was missing at certain points in the past. Young players are learning quickly, veterans are stepping into leadership roles naturally, and everyone seems locked in on the same larger goal. That internal unity often separates playoff teams from those that fade when adversity hits. The Bengals matchup brings another chance to reinforce everything the team has built. Facing one of the lowest-ranked defenses in the league provides the perfect opportunity to keep sharpening the offense, especially if they want to maintain momentum heading into more important games down the stretch. This is when great teams separate themselves by doing exactly what they are supposed to do: dominate weaker opponents, stay disciplined, and avoid unnecessary mistakes. If New England takes care of business, it will not just be another win in the standings. It will be another statement that they are not a fluke, not a product of an easy schedule, and not a team riding luck. They are building something, and the league is starting to notice. The conversation around power rankings will continue, especially now that more analysts are willing to place the Patriots inside the top tier. Even those ranking them lower unintentionally fuel the fire. Players love proving people wrong. They feed off being overlooked, underestimated, or dismissed. It sharpens their focus. It brings out the edge that championship teams carry with them into every game. When someone sees New England listed at 8th or even lower, it becomes motivation. It becomes fuel to pile onto the chip already sitting on their shoulders. As the weeks move on, the spotlight will grow heavier. Every mistake becomes magnified. Every win becomes a message, and every storyline becomes louder. That is the environment the Patriots are stepping into, and based on everything we have seen so far, they look ready for it. From the coaching decisions to the breakout performances, from the resilience during injuries to the evolution of their offensive identity, everything is trending upward. They have flaws, they have things to fix, and they have obstacles ahead, but they also have momentum. They have belief, and belief is one of the most powerful things in this sport. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In what could be the most jaw-dropping shakeup of the NFL offseason, whispers around the league have erupted after the New England Patriots reportedly set their sights on none other than superstar wide receiver Justin Jefferson. Sources suggest that the Patriots, long known for their calculated moves under the leadership of Bill Belichick, are now positioning themselves to turn the league upside down with this potential acquisition. The chatter has ignited a frenzy among fans and analysts alike, with social media buzzing nonstop over the implications of such a move. Jefferson, who has been a game-changer wherever he steps onto the field, would represent a seismic upgrade to New England's offensive arsenal. Rumors indicate that the Patriots see him as their new primary target, the centerpiece of a receiving core that could reshape the team's passing attack. While contract negotiations are still murky, insiders hint that talks could be heating up behind closed doors, with both sides aware of the enormous stakes. The mere possibility of Jefferson in Patriots colors has already sent shockwaves across fantasy football circles, sports talk shows, and NFL podcasts. Pundits are speculating how his presence might alter quarterback dynamics, offensive schemes, and even the balance of power in the AFC. Some fans are ecstatic, envisioning highlight reel catches at Gillette Stadium, while others remain cautiously skeptical, questioning how New England will navigate salary cap constraints and the complexities of integrating a top-tier talent into an already strategic offense. What makes this potential signing even more tantalizing is the aura of secrecy surrounding it. Rumors suggest that Belichick himself is quietly orchestrating a plan that could redefine the Patriots' offensive identity. Observers are closely watching social media hints, cryptic tweets, and insider leaks, trying to piece together whether this is a calculated masterstroke or just the beginning of a long, drawn-out negotiation saga. Either way, the NFL world is holding its breath, imagining the sheer magnitude of Jefferson donning the iconic Patriots uniform. If this rumor materializes, it won't just be a headline. It could be the catalyst for one of the most talked-about storylines of the season. Patriots fans, already used to high-stakes surprises, might finally have a reason to believe that a new era of explosive offense is on the horizon. Meanwhile, rival teams are undoubtedly recalculating their strategies, knowing that a Jefferson-led receiving attack could be a game-changer in every sense. The buzz is real, and for now, all anyone can do is wait, watch, and imagine the chaos and brilliance that might follow. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.